Here we go. Recording start. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Toonkind DND. I am Hexabeast, normally known just as Hex, and I will be your DM for the day. And I am joined by 4 players who I hope have more of an idea of what's going on than I do. So players, if you could please introduce yourself from the top of the call to the bottom, along with who you're playing, that would be great.
Hey, I'm Ollie. I'm going to be just a neighborhood cleric.
Yeah.
Jazz, it's you next.
My dad came in and I had to tell him to go away. Hi, I'm Jazz. I will be playing Bro, and I'll let you know right now. He doesn't have an idea of where we're going with this.
Fantastic.
Hi, I'm Raddatoons. I'm playing Loccan Tahgit, and he's not as professional as he should be right now.
Hi, I'm RJ. I'm playing Perrin the Platypus, who's probably the only professional right now, but is firmly in the belief that we are in winging it territory, so we shall see.
Also, yeah.
Excellent. I love it. Fantastic.
Imagine having a party that knows what you're doing. Couldn't be us.
Couldn't be us. So for a very quick recap, y'all stopped some robots from destroying the town of Wardsburg.
Kaboom.
And you then found the villain's cliche evil lair. And then you all found the villain, and then you kidnapped him. So we're gonna start in the park where we left off, and everyone is getting a short rest. So Barrow is currently with you guys reluctantly because he doesn't really want to get hurt again right now. He's kind of in a lot of pain as it is. So he's reluctantly with you guys right now, and that's where we start.
Feels bad, man.
Feels real bad. The city is still there's still blackouts around the city, but the park you guys are in has some kind of generator or backup generator, or is on just a different line, so there are a couple of lights around for you guys to see. So it's not total darkness, but otherwise it is dark, or it is quiet and pretty empty in this park right now. And Barrow is giving Perrin a very questionable, why did you do that look? And then says as much, just, what on earth are you doing?
Perrin very much gives an expression of, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
I blamed it. I don't know.
Loccan just kind of looks up from, like, just shining his gun barrel really quick, and he's just like, I mean, maybe there's a way to help you find who you're looking for without blowing up major cities?
Barrow makes a very exasperated sigh. Just, the robots weren't supposed to do that. They went haywire. They didn't have their cores so I could control them. It wasn't an ideal situation. I tried to stop them, and he gestures to, like, part of his suit, which is kind of sparking a little bit. It's hard to differentiate it from, like, the normal streaks of green light going through it, but there is a bit of sparking in the suit that says something's wrong.
Perrin, slaps his forehead and goes, yeah, why didn't you hook him up to a surge protector or something? Now it's probably would have fixed your issues before they went haywire.
I didn't have the cores. I tried to get the cores, and all that resulted in that was a wasted trip and a lot of other bad things. So, just, and he makes a very, like, frustrated and angry sound and then starts, like, pacing, just very angrily pacing around the park. Well, around the area.
Loccan just raises an eyebrow. Okay, so what were they supposed to do then? Because they're dang intimidating either way.
They were meant to get Sid's attention, if just so I could figure out where she is. They weren't supposed to do anything here. You get the heavy implication that they were still going to attack something, just not this town.
Okay, bold of you to assume that, she'd see it. Or they? He?
It's my sister.
She. But yeah, bold of you to assume she'd see it.
Sid has this is the DM trying to figure out the correct word to use here. What the hell is it when, like, a villain has, like, a thing that they...
Like a calling card?
Kind of,
A gimmick?
yeah, there we go, we'll go with that. Sid has a gimmick, and is very particular when people try to take that gimmick. And this was her gimmick. It would have gotten her attention.
Stealing someone else's gig. I see what you mean there.
Yeah.
And Loccan just, like, very briefly gives a side eye to Bro. It's like, he doesn't actually mean it in, like, any maliciousness. It's just like, yeah, he knows.
Loccan will remember this.
Bro probably doesn't notice.
Oh.
Oh.
It should be noted by this point, Tom's like swaying on his feet. He's like, this is a real riveting conversation, kids, but I need to not be vertical for a little bit, and I know a good place where we can go and at least talk this out. There's food. There's electrical plugs. Are y'all in?
Well, that sounds better than this place.
You get a sure why not kind of shrug from Perrin.
Barrow gives a very deadpan, do I have a choice here?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, I figured. Great. Why not? Okay. Nothing else since I got to this country has worked.
I might as well get some food while you're at it.
Alright, let's go to that secondary location then. Yep, fine.
Is it like a tertiary location, considering?
This is true. He's already been abducted to the secondary, so...
Tertiary.
The tertiary location, even better.
Does Perrin need to pick him up again?
Let me really quick double check something in my notes. And do a quick roll, because this is actually important for him.
Oh boy.
So he's okay right now.
Right now.
Right now. Barrow does ask how far this place is. How far of a walk?
Not far.
All right.
That's all you're getting from Tom.
Awesome. Awesome. How helpful. Okay, let's go. And he
Sorry,
I guess
buddy.
he kind of like motions for Tom to lead the way.
Right. Tom does the thing where he swivels around on one leg and like walks another direction, kind of tilting from side to side a little bit, but hanging in there.
Aw, poor guy. And Barrow follows, he makes a pointed, like, after you to Perrin, because he does not want Perrin at his back. And
Fair enough, but ouch.
yeah, he feels safer with the Toon with the gun head at his back than Perrin.
To be fair, Loccan's been probably one of the most quote unquote chill next to Bro.
Yes, you want to know? In my notes, literally, it says he is suspicious of Perrin and Thom. Loccan is thin ice, and Bro is Bro. So he actually is limping after Perrin, but he's keeping up fine. So
yeah, if he needs help, like Loccan will help keep him up if necessary.
He will refuse help, but he is like he will appreciate the offer. Just he's not gonna take it. But yeah.
All
right. So as you guys, excuse me, make your way through the city, the sounds of the police that were over in kind of the business district have faded, and it's whatever the activity is has seemed to have died down, and like now it's a quiet city at night, so it's not so bad. And you can see some buildings start to flicker power back on as you walk, so like that's getting fixed pretty quickly. And you actually enter more of like a residential area. Like there's still corner stores and businesses around, but it's not, obvious like high-rise office buildings and the such. It's more just small residential businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually you come across one particular building that Thom has led y'all to. That is, I have to give it, here we go. It's one little corner, like, it looks like a convenience store, just kind of your typical, like, run-of-the-mill place. Looks closed. The windows are all kind of dark, but it doesn't have any of, like, the damage from the robots going around. So, it still has, its windows are
better
still
than most places.
Yeah, it's still got its windows. Like, there's nothing, the door isn't bashed in or anything. It does look a little tiny bit like it hasn't been open for a bit. So it's kind of has that like closed rundown store kind of vibe. But peeking in the window, you can like, actually, you'd have to roll for that. Sorry, my bad. I read ahead in my notes. But on the window, you can see sticks scribbled in in a really neat font on both the window and the door. And so that is where Thom has led y'all.
So I guess roll perception to see what's in the window?
Yes, roll perception for me. Sorry about that. I got ahead in my own reading.
Is Bro tall enough to see through the windows?
Yes, it's one of those big glass windows.
Okay.
Well, Loccan... Okay, I can't remember if this was the case last game, but Loccan just has not had a good run of perception checks recently.
All right, well, Bro and Perrin at least can, looking in, you see more of just your typical run-of-the-mill, like, convenience store flair. There are aisles, with snacks all over. There's a smoothie machine running in the back, or a slurpy machine, whatever you want to call it. A back row with a bunch of, like, refrigerated glass cases. There's a cash register on one side, and just everything is very neatly put away, but everything has all this, like, thin layer of dust over it, and there's cobwebs kind of all over the place, and very clearly, like, aside from the machines still being on, which is kind of weird, this place doesn't look like it's been open for a while.
Loccan's just kind of glancing around like, huh. It's like an abandoned 11-7.
I love it. Oh my god, I love it.
Thom is getting a curious glance shot at him from Perrin.
I haven't been home in a bit, so it's not the cleanest. but it's Thom, and Thom just kicks open the door.
All right. Well, the door dings open, and the little bell above it chimes, and chimes, and keeps chiming for a longer than you would expect a door chime to go, but less than like, oh god, that's an alarm. But it does chime for a very long time, and then it stops, and you all are free to enter.
Perrin is displeased with this door chime.
And Bro just kind of shuffles right on it.
Yes.
Doesn't care.
Loccan's just got his hands in his pockets and is just walking in excessively casually, just because that's just what the outfit demands.
Fantastic. Barrow makes a very pointed glance at Perrin, and then the doorway, and then at Thom. Fine. And shuffles his way inside.
I guess we're going in.
This is already bad. I don't like this.
Is
that in character or out of character?
That is in character. That is Barrow going, I hate this. This feels like a trap.
I mean, if it is a trap, then only one of us is aware of it.
Yeah, hey, cat, and he turns back to Thom. You aren't going to try anything, are you?
Thom's not there.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that. Perrin hates that
God.
too.
It sounds like you tried something.
That's
I mean...
that's a slapstick out right there.
Well, actually, Perrin and Bro, you two are short enough that you could probably see,
Oh boy.
laying on the floor, right in the doorway, is not Thom.
Pardon?
Ollie, that's up to you now.
Okay, so right inside the door, face down on the floor, is a blue mouse with several piercings, and what looks like a busted tail just kind of floating there. It's very odd to look at. It looks like it's broken, but in two. But either way, he is face down on the floor and he's snoring.
Barrow just has, okay, what happened? No, what is going on?
Poke.
Where was
Poke,
the cat?
poke. just
That's all you
prodding
get.
this face down mouse with the slapstick.
Trying to figure out if Bro even noticed or if he's fucking around with the slushy machine.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile,
that
I love the
mouse
gag
is
of just
tall.
Loccan is too tall for this cutscene.
He's able to look down. It's just
small
it
to
was
see this cutscene.
After the 5 he rolled on perception, I'm not surprised.
Oh my god.
So yeah, there's now this tiny mouse just dead asleep on the floor.
Barrow is actually going to walk over and grab the mouse by the back of his shirt and just kind of bodily lift him up and shake him a little. Like, hey, what are you doing? Come on. If you're trying to pull anything, it is not funny.
What? Who the fuck is Thom? Oh shit. Oh god. And you can see he's like cursing, but he's also just not okay.
Yeah, also, hey Frank,
Very
have
out of
fun with 3 points of exhaustion.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, by the way, this is Frank.
Yeah.
hi, Frank.
If you didn't tell by the immediate, who the hell is Thom?
Frank now has 3 points of exhaustion and is going to be useless. I hope you have fun with a tired god.
He just immediately starts falling back asleep, like in the air.
Here's a dumb question. Would I be allowed to roll history to see if like this is like, because I don't know if this like if he's a god, would they have any inclination that he is, or is this just kind of like random mouse?
That's up to Ollie, kind of.
You can try, but I'm thinking it's gonna be a real high.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have to roll real good.
This is religion.
Yes, it would be religion.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Wow, that's a dirty 20. That's an 18.
What?
Or history, it'd be even higher, because I am actually proficient in that, but no, religion.
Wow.
You'll need to roll real high, huh? Bet.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna say, you don't know what's up with Thom / this mouse, but something is definitely not, like... There's something bigger going on with that mouse. Is what I can give both of you.
I'm just wondering if it's worth spending a key point to try and slap some extract aspects here.
What?
The man's already like falling asleep. He's already in a bad way. I don't want to hit him.
Loccan is just looking at Frank like, now that Frank is being like lifted up into the air and is in a bit more visible position for him, he's just kind of like, why do I feel like this has something to do with that big move that Thom pulled on the robot at one point in the fight?
Oh, yeah, I'm regretting that.
Okay, so that was definitely you. Okay.
Yep. Cat's out of the bag.
Sounds more like the mouse is out of the
in a
cat.
bag, and there's a mouse now.
I'm sorry, I played that game of cat and mouse. Yeah, I can't even finish that joke.
Barrow is still holding him, like, at arm's length, just like, what are you trying to pull here?
Oh my god, dipshit. And he just falls asleep.
Hey, no, come on.
Can Perrin try and like jab Barrow in the wrist to get him to drop the mouse?
Yes, he can.
Do you want to roll for that? Or?
Sure, just roll. We're not in combat to do it.
He falls on the floor. He's going to be doing the Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey. Down goes the mouse.
There's a really disconcerting like noise. And he's doing the fucking Peter Griffin pose. And he wakes up briefly and he's just like, oh, Ryan.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Just get up to my place. There's stairs. You can find the stairs. Fine.
Oh,
like, Frank is out of it. Like, he is obviously exhausted. Like, he's too tired. He's been running pretty hard for a while, and he's just not looking too great.
This boy needs a nap.
How tall is Frank? Question.
One. Oh, go ahead. One more time, you cut out. Sorry.
Sorry, he's a foot tall.
Okay.
Oh my god, he's smart.
He's tiny.
I mean,
we now have the new smallest party member.
So that the thing I was going to do, it doesn't quite work then, but the other part of it does, which the robe of useful items that Bro had, he had it like, he probably had, I didn't get to say this because we just moved on, but like in the park, he does like, he spins his body around to try to wind it up around his like small fracture. But he unwinds it and like pulls it over Frank like a blanket.
Aww. Yes, Bro, I love you.
He also probably looks up and asks where the cat went, because I'm not sure if he was there, like, fully there for that convo.
Oh my god, bro.
Perrin's just looking at the other guys like, do you guys want to take this one, or?
Barrow's just like, I want nothing to do with
just
this.
Comically shrugs.
Nope.
For what it's worth, I didn't mean to blurt out as Frank that I'm a god dipshit. That fits Frank so well that I'm okay with it. Frank's like, well, you already know, so.
Oops.
Oh, goodness.
All right. So, well, Frank is now asleep. But he did direct you all that there are stairs somewhere in this place that will lead up to the second floor of this convenience store.
Yeah, Loccan's gonna start looking.
All right.
Just roll for perception.
Yeah,
and I see his perception is back to normal.
Lock on, honey. I mean, it wasn't a very hard DC. It actually, in fact, like, you do, there are some stairs going up in the back.
Oh, okay.
Like, so there's the cash register area, like, with the whole pack of, like, row of, like, excuse me, cigarettes and crap behind it, but then, like, off to the side is a door that reads employees only, and it's pretty obvious, like, you go through there, and that's probably where the stairs are.
Well, I see no employees around, so I think we're good to go in. And he just pushes open the door and strolls on in, waving the rest of the group inside.
Perrin's gonna pick up the god and follow along.
So you go up the stairs, and the door at the top is locked.
Now Loccan's turn to deadpan. On the one hand, he really doesn't.
I could kick the door with if you want.
You are.
However, someone should take the god before I try, and I don't think it should be Loccan.
Who wants to take the tiny mouse?
Loccan will pick him up and gently place Frank on Bro's head.
Oh my god.
Pick Frank up.
That was why I asked how tall Frank was whether Bro could feasibly pick up Frank and, like, place him on his base.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, at the same time.
So if you're willing to say that, even though Bro himself is like 1.5 feet, if you're willing to roll with that, that is exactly what's happening.
Let Bro carry the god, please.
Yeah.
Frank is now just kind of on Bro's base, wrapped up in the robe.
Now I'm just imagining, those, like, cat on Roomba images, mouse on.
Yes!
Yep.
Yes!
It's exactly what's happening.
I'm so glad.
Perrin's gonna try and kick the door. Like,
Perrin is welcome to try.
Something. Oh boy. I'm just gonna use my foot.
Yep.
Because that was what I said I had. What's my...
Use your feet.
Nope, that one.
Oh!
So, you kick that door real good.
Experience kicking doors open.
So you kick that door real good. The wood bends and creaks, and some kind of ward pops up, and you are shot immediately back down the stairs. Like, the door rubber bands you right back down the stairs.
Hey, can I roll Loccan proceeds to try and recover?
Yes.
Yeah, Loccan proceeds to, like, squeeze himself against the wall so he's not barreled into.
You land on your feet. You are.
Okay.
Frank rolls over.
Magic lock door. I mean, I guess it's fair. There's, a god living behind it. That kind of makes sense, but at the same time... And he's gonna, like, look at the door a bit. Here's a question. Can I roll Arcana to see what kind of wards there?
You are more than welcome to, yes.
Warp.
That is an 8. The door apparently just operates on toon physics. It's locked. You can't get in. You need a key.
Can I look around the cash register area for a key?
Yes, you may do that. Roll. That is a 24. So you see a couple of things here. First, Barrow wasn't with your group. So that's a fun thing. Second, on the cash register, you see a couple of different post-it notes of, like, one that says, like, break room, one that says, it's got, like, a break room, like, and then just, like, remember written on it. Like, clearly someone just wrote this for their own thing. Another one just says, supply closet, and then another one just has 0202 written on it. And then you also, with that, notice movement at the back of the store, back by where, like, the slushy machine is.
Oh!
Kind of a ruckus of movement, like...
Perrin's gonna gesture for the others to come join them and pull out his slapstick again.
Yeah, Loccan's just kind of gonna tiptoe down the stairs like, I don't like this.
And now that you are paying attention, you can hear the sounds of, like, struggling and, like... And, eventually, you see, I'm not sure how to describe this in a, It looks kind of like ghosts. But it's uncanny, like, it's like they've came from the uncanny valley. Something is definitely wrong with these ghosts. They're like...
I'm not high enough a level to have magical punches yet.
Insert, like, you know that, like, quiet, like, dumbfounded, like, oh, I guess this is happening, smile just on Loccan's face. Like, I guess this is what we're dealing with now.
And behind those ghosts, Perrin, with that 24, you find Barrow. You see Barrow, and he is just in a stupor. Like, they have apparently stunned him in some kind of way, and he is just not there.
Well, Perrin's thought process in this moment is uncanny valley ghosts, stunned Barrow. We appear to have the element of surprise. Hitting things has worked somewhat well in the past.
Alright!
Fuck, dude, I don't know.
Alright!
I guess this is happening now.
Roll initiative then! That's... Yep, alright.
My bonus. Oh, Jesus Christ, Perrin.
That's a nat 1.
Not great initiative.
That's a nat 1. That's a 16 and that's a 9, alright. Hey, Frank, you want to get in on this, or are you sleeping? Say that again.
Actually, I'm trying to roll the...
Okay.
Oh my god.
Trying to look it up. Forgot what it was. Okay, sorry.
God, you're like disadvantaged on everything right now.
He is.
Yep.
Literally everything.
Oh god, yes. Everything.
Oh, Jesus.
That's an
Now
nat
you know why the roll.
You still gotta roll again.
That was so funny.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry, go
The
ahead.
plus side, he doesn't have to worry about
Another nat 20 bet. Another nat 20 bet.
Oh my god!
Whoa! Almost, only one down.
Incredible!
As well, Frank doesn't have to worry about the speed decrease because he's just sitting on Bro right now.
It's true.
Oh, and I need to roll. That's right. I'm doing a thing. Shit!
Sorry. I was kind of just waiting there.
I'm sorry. I am... Oh boy, where the hell is their AC?
This is a session.
This is a session. There's 3
Fuck,
of them
dude,
there,
it's
by
gonna
the
be a
way.
session.
So that's...
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well.
There's 3 of them here, so... Oh my god.
God.
Dice
Well.
parser.
Goes to.
Okay.
Well.
What did Loccan get? Loccan got 16.
You
Okay.
got 2 rolls of the same thing there, huh?
Okay, thank you. That's the wrong thing. I need to
Oh my
pin.
god.
There we go. Okay. Nope. Pin it. Come on. Yes.
Pin.
There we go. Okay. Okay.
Cool.
Alrighty. So.
I love how Perrin, who wanted to initiate this initiative, is going fucking last.
Oh my god. Alright, Frank.
Perrin just puts up his dukes, and then everybody else starts brawling, and Perrin's still just standing there.
Everyone else is so ready to throw down. Alright, Frank. What are you gonna do?
Okay, so y'all are gonna yell at me, I feel. So Frank is very vaguely waking up because of all the commotion.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of sits up and he squints. And he's like, I don't remember getting cutouts put in. And just casts Toll the Dead on a bag of chips nearby.
Frank!
Should I roll damage on that?
No, no, they're chips. Those chips are hurting.
Bag of chips explodes.
Spooky chips.
Spooky.
Incredible. Thank you, Frank. Well, these two ghosts, hear this. Huh? What?
I was saying glad to help.
Yep. So these two ghosts hear this commotion, turn around, and you hear one go, intruders, and then the other one says, leave immediately. The third one still seems preoccupied with Barrow, so.
That's pleasant.
They immediately move. What's their movement speed? It's not. Yeah, normal. Okay. So they're gonna head up, and one's gonna go for Perrin, but I don't think this is gonna hit because they are not very strong.
I mean, they can still try.
They can try.
No.
Nope.
Oh man.
Just wow. Nope. That was supposed to be a +4 anyway, so that's even worse. I hit the wrong button there. All right, let's try one more time. That's a nat 20. I'm sorry.
That's a crit.
Ow.
Well, that's the second one. That was the second ghost. And they are not very powerful. So
I mean,
that's
it's still
not
a
right.
crit.
It's
You
still
gotta
a
be
crit. It
careful
don't feel great, but you take 8 damage. So
Ow.
that's those two good. Like they've done their thing. They have moved. They tried to slap Perrin away. One missed utterly, and that's their move. They're still telling you all to get the hell out.
Loccan is. So it's Loccan's turn.
Yep.
Nah, that's not. Oh, never mind. I think. Loccan's probably just gonna find it easiest to. He's just gonna kind of pop a breath mint, cock the top of his head, and use blast a ray of frost at the ghost that actually hit Perrin.
Nice. All right.
Range spell attack. Okay.
That hits.
All right.
15 hits. Do you damage?
Damage.
That's not right. That's right. There we go.
Ah!
Oh, Loccan.
But hey, at least its speed is reduced by 10 feet.
It is, and
For its
that's
next turn.
yeah. All right. Next is ghost number 3, who is still preoccupied keeping Barrow with whatever he's dealing with. It doesn't look great. But it does need to do one of these just to make sure. What the hell is your save? I swear I know this. That's not great. Come here.
You know your character's stats? Sounds fake.
I know. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, so the ghost is trying to do this stuff, and Barrow seems to have, like, a moment of clarity. And just, like, he saved, so now he gets to roll and get into this initiative order, which is great for him.
Yeah.
The hell is your initiative? That, okay. All right. So he screams. He screams. It's not very antagonistic of him. And I mean, when he enters, will have to move away from the ghost. So, but that's ghost number 3. It did its thing. It failed. Bro, it is now your turn.
Yeah.
It's actually Born Boros.
Huh?
Barrow got a 13, which is the same as Ghost 3.
Oh,
Ghost
yep.
2. Yeah, Go 3. So it's his turn.
Oh, well, then he's going to immediately move away from them, which has him moving away from, basically towards you guys, like, as fast as he can.
Fair.
Welcome back to the club.
He just kind of has a, what the hell is going on?
Welcome back to the club.
Assume we know what's fucking going on.
Fantastic. All right. Bro, it is your turn.
Witch bolt.
Fantastic.
Question: do I roll a d20 for wild surge?
Yes.
Because that's a first level spell.
Yes,
Okay.
do it.
Oh, wait.
15.
No.
All right.
It's I'm a ranged spell attack.
That hits. Yeah. Yeah, that hits.
Oh,
God.
Yeah.
Gotta.
Shit, Witch Bolt is
Okay.
powerful too, dude.
Bro out here with another super good laser.
He shoots lasers. That's what he does.
That's what he do.
Zap.
This is lightning. Okay, this is the one that stays there. D12.
Okay. And that was at Ghost 2, Ghost 1?
The one that hit Perrin, I think.
Okay. So
Ghost 2.
that ghost is not looking too great right now. All right. There we go. That's what we want. Okay. All righty. Is Bro gonna move at all, or is he just hanging out?
Nope, he's just hanging out.
Cool. Perrin.
Everyone else started attacking. He started attacking.
Fantastic.
Fingers crossed this ghost is about to look worse.
Mm-hmm.
7. Nope.
Oh, that's a no.
7.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh my god.
Perrin.
That's a
That
no.
was actually 20 plus 7.
There we go.
And then the D6 to see if it does not. Okay. Just the one hit then.
All right.
The 2 hands, so D8 plus 4.
8
Alright,
damage.
nice.
This it don't look good. It looks pretty wavy. It's looking less stable is the best way I'm going to describe it. Like it's TV staticking all over the place.
Mm.
And it makes a glitchy like demand. It makes a glitchy like you know what? I can't do it, so I'm just gonna say it demands for either a password or get the hell out. I cannot do the glitchy sound. That's
Do you need me to use voice mod?
no, it's fine.
No, I mean, knowing who's next in the initiative order, maybe Frank knows the password.
Yeah. Hey, Frank!
Okay, is it Frank's turn?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay, so it's gotta be noted that Frank is just continuously squinting at these things. Just like going, where the heck did these come from? Like, he's like wondering aloud to himself, like, did I put these in? Did I? Like, he's having an existential crisis because he does not recognize these things. So good luck on that. But what he is going to do is he's going to kind of slap Rob accidentally in the head and just kind of cast Virtue. So, spellcasting ability modifier. What would that be again?
It should be on your spells. There should be a DC and then a modifier.
Oh, okay, so that's the same for yeah. Okay, thanks. Alright, yeah. So let me roll a d4 and then add that to 15, and then Rob gets that, or not Rob, Bro gets that amount of temporary hit points.
Ooh.
There's no Rob here. It's only Bro.
Know. Yep. For legal reasons, sorry. There is no Rob.
Depending on how competent these ghosts are, there might be Rob going on.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Bro has 18 temporary hit points. That's what I was meaning to say earlier. It came out weird.
It's fine.
Anyway.
Yeah. Alright.
That's it.
Well, I suppose that mod makes a bit more sense now.
Yeah, that's a bit.
So you all are free to ask like, hey, do you know, like, you're free to talk to Frank. It's just outside of the turn order. Just FYI in this case.
There's
Okay.
a displeased growl from the platypus.
Understandable. Very understandable.
Loccan's just like, hey, you know anything about password? I don't think we were told about a password. What the heck is this password thing?
Password? Do I have anything that needs a password?
I think we have someone that needs a password, but I don't know if it's something.
Frank's just looks in his like he's in his own world trying to remember. Like,
all right, Frank.
This is going nowhere.
You know, it's well, Frank, you have a think. Ghost 1 is
thinking real hard.
He is thinking super
Frank's
duper
having
hard.
to think the platypus can get slapped around some more.
Well, actually, Ghost 1 is gonna go for a lot. Or Ghost 1 is gonna go for Perrin. And we'll see how it does. That is the wrong number. That is not what you roll. Holy crap.
Oh.
I almost rolled a D30. That's a 9. I'm gonna say that does not hit.
No, surprisingly.
Yeah, and then
Ghost 1 doing its best as always.
It's doing its best.
Perrin's not the one getting fucked over by dice parser.
And then the second one, Loccan shot it, so it's gonna go for Loccan. Does a 20 hit Loccan?
Rip.
Yeah, that hit. That hit.
Okay. Well, you take 5 damage.
Not bad.
That's not too bad. And now it is your turn, Loccan.
Loccan. Okay, dumb question. Yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah, Loccan's just gonna blast another frost ray at this ghost that directed its attention to him. It's like, all right, yeah, you guys need to cool off.
Jesus Christ.
That hits.
By the power of
My
puns.
God. Ghost disintegrates.
Nice.
Well, I shouldn't say disintegrates. It gets very, very staticky, and then kind of like a TV, just like whoop off. It just vanishes. So that's one ghost down.
All right.
And it's Ghost 3, who's not happy that one supposed robber got away, so it's gonna move up to the group. And it's gonna go for... Does a 17 hit you, Perrin?
No, it does not. It is just below my armor class.
Incredible. So it misses.
Nice.
Ooh. Action dodge.
I had to double check that because my passive perception is 17 now. I'm confused.
Oh my God,
Cool.
Perrin. All right. So Barrow is not happy. Is no longer frightened, thank God. And he's gonna... I have to pull up his thingy. What the hell is your to hit? Hello, Inky. How are you?
Kitty.
Surprise cat.
Kibby. So he's gonna actually try this. We shall... We'll see if it works.
Oh boy.
We're gonna see if it works. It's that.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep,
That looks
okay.
like it works.
So he actually, with one hand, reaches out to ghost number 3, and he tries to grab it, but so his hand just kind of goes into it, and then he shocking grasps it.
Oh, it's sick.
Nice.
I take that.
And that is 2d8. Is it plus anything? No. Okay. So it takes 6 damage.
Not bad.
Not bad, not bad, not bad. All right. Okay. And he very angrily at Frank kind of yells, is there anyone who would know a code to turn these things off? Like, is there a code?
Cash register. Yeah. And like Frank does like a couple finger guns.
Perrin at this moment is just like your face when you know the password but you can't speak it.
Yeah, your translator just fell asleep. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
But he did say cash register before passing out again.
All right.
I mean,
Mentally, Perrin's just like, I should have pulled that fucking speech bubble.
It's Bro's turn.
oh goodness. Bro probably has no idea what was just said.
God. Probably not, in all things considered. To use... I think lightning lure.
Ooh,
You
all right.
still have Witch Bolt up, by the way.
I thought that one was the one that turned off.
Nope, Witch Bolt 6th round.
I thought I attacked Ghost 2. And Ghost 2 got.
Yeah. So.
Does Witchbolt still stick around after it gets its target?
Yeah, Witch Bolt is concentration, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Yeah, but the ghost
It
dies.
doesn't
Witch
say
Bolt's
in the
still
spell that it disappears if the target dies?
I'm
So I
actually
don't know.
reading, so
Yeah, it says.
no, it just says it
spell-
ends if you use your action to do anything else.
Alright,
I
I
guess
guess
it counts
using Witch
as
Bolt.
going outside
Here's-
the range if the target vanishes.
I guess, yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Your mileage may vary, I guess.
If you want, I will say you can have it move to another one and just roll another to hit to make sure that it does that.
I'll just do that, I guess.
Yeah.
Bonk.
That hits.
Alright, so Witch Bolt is now on, I guess, Ghost 3.
Alright.
Another...
Roll them damage.
Other question. No, that's only when casting, so that wouldn't happen. Anyway, bonk.
Ow!
Nice.
Zap!
Yeah, ouch. This one is starting to look pretty staticky now.
Also, I want to point out that Rob is being... Or, not Rob. Bro. Legal reasons.
Sorry.
He's like... Oh... He has to, like, slowly turn and move his arms around to make sure he doesn't, like, move Frank. Like, he's trying very hard to not disturb Frank.
The mouse.
Oh my god.
He's trying hard to leave Frank just asleep. While everyone else is shouting at him.
No, yeet the mouse, do it. He deserves it.
No, Bro's not going to. He is maneuvering his body around Frank.
Alright.
And now it's time for the person who actually knows what they're doing.
Hey, Perrin, it's your turn.
At least one of us has a brain cell.
Perrin is still very much in your face when you realize you know the password but you can't speak it. So they're gonna try and use their slapstick to well, you can't even tap out a 0. Damn it. Wait, did the bag of chips earlier actually like open and spill out on the floor?
Yes.
Yep.
Or is it okay? They're gonna try and spell out 0202 with chips.
Oh my god.
Is there enough chips for that?
Good shit.
That's clever.
I'm gonna just make just for giggles, make a dex check to make sure that these, like, you don't, like, get slapped by one of the two ghosts.
Sure, yeah, dex check or dex save?
Dex, do a check. A 7.
I'll take it. Maybe it won't hit me.
I was gonna say, so this one gets to try, and it probably won't. It doesn't hit. Okay, so, yeah. You are
Frickin' we, boys!
You are ducking and weaving and spelling out numbers on the floor with some chips. Congrats.
Does it work?
Almost like everybody else.
Well, everyone else, you see what Perrin is doing. Does anybody read the numbers aloud?
I could do something. I'm gonna. I could be really dumb here, but on the other hand, because like, Perrin is just like trying to spell them out on the floor. But would it be like, is he making sure it's facing a particular direction?
I mean,
oh my god.
Radda, you're so much.
Because
It's probably facing toward the party.
okay, good. Because if you hadn't specified, you would have read it as 2020, but instead he's reading it as 0202. Is that a password? I think that might be a password.
The minute you say that, both ghosts kind of have, like, a rigid, like, password accepted. And then they both, just like a TV, shutting off. Holy shit. Oh my god.
Look, he's busy fighting ghosts. He hasn't been doing good on his perception rolls.
I love it. That's so good, though.
Oh my god.
He's got a lot on his gun line.
That was great. It's now quiet in the store, and Barrow rounds on Frank again.
It was much smaller than his mind.
I know. And has a very angry, "What are you playing at?" leading us into a trapped building. Are you trying to get us killed?
My house. It's not trapped. It's just...
What was that then?
A security system? Probably put in at some point. I don't remember.
Barrow very angrily, pinches the bridge of his nose and then just stomps off to the slushy machine.
Frank's no help, guys. I'm so sorry.
Loccan's just blinking for a moment. It's like, out of all the kind of security systems that you've got, I suppose if you're a god, it makes sense you'd have an undead security system. No, that doesn't... Well, what kind of god even are you, anyway?
And that's in character.
What was that? I didn't catch it.
He's just making noises to himself trying to explain. And he's just like... I don't really want to talk. It's a touchy subject, and you can see he's getting kind of petulant, like a toddler who's overtired. That's what he's acting like right now.
I mean, he's the size of a toddler, so it makes sense.
Perrin's just gonna kind of get his attention and be like, "Do you have a key for the door upstairs?"
No.
Give me a moment. Perrin walks out of the door and you hear a loud, growl.
Okay, I want to be more helpful, but it's Frank and he's tired, so he's not going to be.
No, this is completely valid, and I love it.
It's great.
I love this. You know what Loccan's gonna do? Loccan is just gonna climb up the stairs, wondering if canceling out the security system also cancels out the ward.
It does not, actually.
Dang it.
Yeah. There are 2 other doorways behind the employees only door, now that combat has died down and things aren't happening. There is a very obvious break room and a supply closet.
I mean, we found keys
Bro
to the
try to
other...
go in the supply closet. This is very specific.
Do what? I'm sorry about the supply closet?
Bro wants to try to go in the supply closet.
Okay.
Does
It's
that door
unlocked. You can go in there. It's a very small closet. There are just piles of paper towels. There's a mop bucket in the corner. There's bottles just kind of very precariously stacked on top of each other.
If there's a broom, Bro's gonna take it and he's gonna go clean up the chips.
Yes, there is a broom.
I love this.
He can't hold it very well. This is actually a thing. He actually has to Actually, I have to roll hammer space for this, don't I? Have you never seen a Rob unit? They have 2 different kinds of hands, but they snap off. So he has to swap his hands out for the claw one so he can hold the broom.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, he reaches into his hammer space, swaps his hands out, grabs the broom, and then goes to sweep up the chips that Frank exploded everywhere.
Fantastic.
Loccan's gonna go...
everything else that's happening.
Loccan's gonna go into the break room.
Alright. Perrin is where? I'm sorry.
Perrin is stomping back inside toward the break room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Barrow is just leaning against the counter, slurping on a white cherry slushie. He is not helping you.
Understandable.
That makes 2 of us. Actually, 3 of us. 3 of us at this rate. 3 out of 5 are not helping.
So in the break room,
I mean, I'm not sure Bro would be much help in the first place.
So in the break room, it's your typical kind of employee break room. There's a couple filing cabinets stacked on one side. There's like a couple of little lockers that are like there's like, I say couple, there's literally like a single stack of like 4 lockers. Those little like cube lockers. There's a desk in one corner for like writing stuff on. There's a bunch of really like, just the worst motivational posters you have ever seen in your life. There's like your typical cat, like, hang in there and give it your all. And there's one that just reads, cooperation is key. And it's just, they're just like, it's the worst posters you have ever seen in your life. So what you want to do first?
Loccan is gonna see if any of those lockers are open.
They are all actually open. They're not a single one of them are locked.
Can I roll investigation to see what's in them?
Yep.
Perrin, meanwhile, is looking for like an office or something like that.
Okay. That's pretty average. They're your run-of-the-mill lockers. There's a vest in one, like a heckin' work vest. There we go. 2 of them are just completely empty, and then one you think might be Frank's. Maybe there's a very small vest in there. But they don't have pockets. Perrin is looking for some kind of office. There's a desk in the corner that's got a couple of drawers in it. Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Ransacking the drawers, I guess.
Okay, well, you open one drawer. It is just filled with dog treats. There is nothing else in that drawer. Do you open the other one?
Agent life is already so goddamn weird. Might as well.
All right, everybody in the room, make a dex save.
Oh
boy!
That's an 8.
Damn it.
That's a 16. That's an 11. Frank, you fail. I'm sorry, you don't get a save.
Nat 1 again.
Frank's on Bro though.
I know.
Yeah, Frank's
Like third Nat 1
That's
this
fair.
game.
Okay, fine. So you're okay, but you are knocked to the floor as pillows just explode out of this drawer. Like, you have no idea how many pillows fit in this drawer. They cover the floor. There are pillows everywhere. How? Why? How? You have no idea. But they're there, and now everybody who rolled below a 15 is just on the floor covered in pillows.
Bro finished sweeping and he comes in and he's just his head poking up through the layer of pillows. He doesn't get knocked over because he's already so short.
Meanwhile, Loccan's got like swirly eyes, like, oh boy.
And
Perrin is just buried. Send help. Nat 1.
Barrow peeks his head in, like, what the hell?
Bro is probably trying, like, to figure out where Perrin is. So, to help him up.
So Loccan.
Yeah.
You're laying prone on the floor. You look up, and that cooperation is key poster is staring down at you, mockingly.
Wait.
Wait a second.
Loccan's just kind of like pointing a finger up at it, squinting like, what? Huh?
Do you look closer at it?
He's gonna shake his head a bit and then be like, yeah, okay, what is this?
Okay. You stare really, really hard at this poster, and you notice, where key is kind of raised a bit behind it.
Loccan is going to get up and just... Loccan gets up and he's like, wait a second. You're kidding me. And then he looks back at the rest of the group. You are seriously kidding me. Oh.
Nope. They're still in pillows.
Poor Perrin.
Loccan is not going to say anything and just starts digging under the pillows to see if he can get Perrin out.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. What do we roll to try to dig Perrin out?
You can just dig him out. It's fine.
Okay.
I was rolling for a little funny.
Huh?
Bro's just yeeting the pillows up.
He buries Barrow in pillows, throwing them out of the room.
Probably. Does Barrow spill his slushy on the pillow?
Yes. He's even angrier now. Bro, you're on thin ice.
Hey, he's gonna be even more angry after Loccan mentions this. Alright, so I found something that will probably help us. There is unfortunately no physical key. We have to do some... And he holds up his fingers and does quotes, cooperation to get through this door, because for some reason we're going the cheesy route. Look, Loccan's had a long day.
Barrow is deadpan from the floor. You're kidding me.
We're Toons, we're always kidding.
Representation of the face that Perrin is making right now.
You just hear angry groaning. Yep, that's Barrow's face too.
Right, it's just like, you can get another slushie. Fine. Like, he is missing the entire, like, are you kidding me? It's more of like you spilled your drink. I mean, you can get another one.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely incredible.
Loccan's just like, okay, so I don't know if we've got to like concentrate our energies to break the seal or something, or if we just have to generally work together to do something. I mean, you'd think we kind of did cooperation when we did the make the code thing and dealt with the ghosty things, but it's literally just the one word. There's so many things it could mean.
What do I have to roll to try and drag Loccan up to that door?
Roll strength.
Go for it.
That worked out so well last time.
That's average.
10.
I'll say with Loccan's negative to strength, you managed to.
This tiny platypus holding this giant gun head to the door.
Loccan is just deadpan the entire time, just like everybody else.
No one is happy about this.
Cooperation is key. Everyone gets like that.
Bro's just going along with it. He has no idea what's happening. He's sure here.
Bro is sure here.
To be fair, Bro's probably being the most cooperative of all by giving Frank a seat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The thing about Bro specifically, like, he's literally just following what everyone else does at any given moment. So.
And we love him. Alright, y'all are back at the door. Barrow is reluctantly there.
Bro had to do some awkward hopping to get up the steps.
Oh. And Loccan is staring at the seal again. It's like, okay, we dealt with the ghost. We figured out the thing.
So, ow. Okay. Let me double check my notes. Doodle-doo. So, roll, roll me a perception on the door. I'm thinking.
One thing Perrin's good at. This is the
Holy-
one thing
And
Perrin's
it's
good
the
at.
one thing
Jesus.
Loccan is not good at. Apparently.
So, with my God, with a nat 20, criminy. Jeez, Perrin. All right. Well, Loccan, that's a door. It sure is a door. Perrin, there. So, you can see that. Yeah, this thing's very clearly locked. You can see the wards on it. Like they're kind of inscribed, like, I want to say like around the frame, kind of. But it looks kind of like there's it looks kind of like there's a handprint on one part of like the door frame where these like there's runes and then handprint, and then a bit further down there's handprint, and then second at like, and then on the other side same thing, handprint. So there's 4 handprints, and then the actual knob itself has what you can vaguely see to be another handprint.
Loccan is looking at. Wait, can only Perrin see the handprints?
With his nat 20, yes. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry. I blanked out for a hot second.
No, it's fine. They're very, like, it looks like they blend in pretty well with what's, like, scratched around the door frame. So it's very easy to kind of overlook them as just more part of, like, whatever this ward is.
Mm.
Perrin just points out all of the handprints.
Barrow just kind of stares, like, seriously.
Loccan looks at the handprints and then glances to B.R.O. Is this still gonna work?
There was a handprint on the doorknob, yeah?
Yes.
Then Perrin will simply grab B.R.O.'s hand and guide it to the doorknob.
He probably has to hop up to reach it, so
Incredible.
hanging off the doorknob a little bit.
Incredible. Barrow
And he
just
looks expectantly like what he's supposed to do next.
I love him so much.
Meanwhile, Loccan is going to not roughly, but he is going to pick Frank up and hold him against one of the other handprints while shoving his own hand onto another print. Like, all right, let's get
Just
this
shove the whole mouse into the door.
Genuinely hoping somebody would do this.
I love it.
It's Parks and Rec getting the pie slowly shoved onto his face. Just gives the door.
Fucking incredible.
I love this party.
Barrow gives just a very put upon, like, I cannot believe I am doing this sigh, and slaps one hand on another. Just,
Perrin will take the final handprint with an equally just so fucking done expression.
And there's a static jolt that goes through everybody, and then a click. And the door just kind of slowly swings open. And congratulations, you solved the door puzzle. You are now in an apartment.
Door is D&D party's worst enemy.
You're not
Just like swings open with the door and then waits just a beat, and then he just plops back on the ground.
Beautiful.
Loccan walks back up to B.R.O, drops Frank back onto B.R.O, and then like just lays down on the floor like, ugh.
Bro does the thing where he has to twirl his arms again to get the robe back wrapped up around him and Frank.
Incredible.
Perrin's immediately looking around for more fucking ghosts.
Well,
Don't want to repeat that.
there are no ghosts. You are just in an apartment. It's your run-of-the-mill apartment, like one-bedroom apartment. It with a 23, it should be kind of noted this place seems a bit bigger than the building outside it should contain. But just kind of chalk that one up to probably like, this is Frank's place. That makes sense, I guess.
Also, two places tend to.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't think about it. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
So you've got like a little kitchen. There's a little living area with a couch and a couple chairs. If there's anything of note in here, Ollie, just say it out because I don't know any specifics of Frank's apartment. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So there's it looks. It's very much a cozy apartment. Like it's one of those apartments where you can tell like stuff like secondhand and some stuff looks a little rough, but it's very lived in, and you can tell that a family lives here. There is photos like kind of around on the different walls of like, there's Frank and Wendy in a couple of them, and there's Frank and Beth and another couple, and it's family. They look like family photos, like they're at the park or they're doing something goofy. One's of a water balloon fight where Wendy just dumped a bucket of water on Frank, and it's just a picture taken right then.
Excellent.
Also note, the place is kind of a wreck. There's coffee mugs everywhere.
Fantastic. I love it.
Oh.
Barrow is immediately like falling onto the couch, just full body over the couch. If anyone wanted to sit there, too fucking bad. That's his couch now.
Don't worry, Loccan's already on the floor. He's fine.
But he lets just
Perrin just glances at the family photos and just pulls his hat slightly further down, shading his eyes.
Whoa.
Oh.
All right. Barrow, after a moment, just, okay, we're here now. Are you sure this place is safe? And he very, pointedly glares at Frank with safe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what happened downstairs, honestly. I don't remember putting a security system in. I'm gonna have to talk with Wendy about that. Nobody's getting in here who I don't want in here. I can promise you that.
Barrow has a very press X to doubt look on his face.
Loccan just holds up a hand, like, if it took us this much effort to get in here, I doubt it. I feel like everything will have locked back up if anybody else even tries, and I don't think. I think we put up with a lot. I think we'll be fine.
He's just groaning into the couch.
You get a brief chatter from Perrin, which you all can correctly interpret as being mood.
Fantastic.
Frank's still pretty groggy.
Bro is confused as to why everyone is so put off right now.
I mean, it's late. We've all had quite a day. Bro is the only one without a stamina bar.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that, but...
No, I mean, he's alright.
Bro's doing fine. He's vibing.
Bro's just
Bro, he
broing.
met some new folks. He doesn't know where the cat went, but that's all right.
Bro, I love you
Also,
so
yeah,
much.
it's a hour and a half. Mandatory break before we get yelled at by Snail.
Yes.
True.
We can
Good
take
point.
a 5-minute break. That'll let me refill my water and all of that.
And you do.
Yeah.
I got a sip latte.
Thank you, Liz.
Yes, thank you, Liz. Oh my god.
This is going places.
This is going places.
Is going places. So, hi, if you're wondering what I was rolling just then, it was a deception check.
Ah, alright. Alright, okay.
Hilariously, someone in the chat hit the nail right on the head, but for a different character.
I love Frank. Just
He's good.
so out of it.
That was like, I loved it. I was just like, you know what, if Frank wants to come in, I'm fine with it, but he's gonna be tired. How many exhaustion points can I give this mouse?
5. If you give him 6, he dies.
Yes.
Wait, I just got back. I'm not killing Frank. Hold on.
God.
As someone who had a character who died of exhaustion.
Oh my god.
5.
Yeah. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry. I gave him 3 more points of exhaustion, so he's at 4 points. That's right.
Oh my god.
I halved everything. That was what I did. I did everything but reduce his speed to 0.
Everything. Oh my god. This man needs sleep. This man needs sleep and greater restoration. Goddamn.
Like, part of me was
Oh my
legit
God.
considering, you know what? Why don't we just take a long rest? Because if the police aren't going to find us here, and our host is,
Dead.
you know,
Kind of dead.
like, dead asleep, then maybe we should just, you know, all sleep. Except maybe Bro, because Bro, I don't know if Bro can sleep.
I think mechanically he has to rest, but flavor, no.
He's got a charge.
Yeah, let's just plug him into the wall.
15 con. I think that's more than Perrin has.
That's
It's
less
more
than
than,
Bro.
Same
I
with
know that
Perrin
much.
has.
it's more than Loccan has.
Bro has more con than
Bro has an 18 con.
Oh my god, that's right.
Bro is
Yep.
a sturdy motherfucker.
He's like,
Yep.
I mean, he's basically made of Tonka tough, so like,
What?
oh my god, I'm so-
Nintendo brand quality.
that's freaking Tonka.
And of course Frank gave him the temporary HP.
Yeah.
You know those Tonka
Yeah.
trucks that like those Tonka truck toys?
Yeah.
He's made out of Tonka tough steel.
See, what I was thinking was,
I saw my brother's
brain.
that shit lasts forever.
here's what I was thinking. Bro is made of the same kind of stuff that a Game Boy is.
Oh my
as in,
god.
can survive a massive explosion and still work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I will admit I am eternally disappointed no one else got a slushie.
I couldn't figure out where to work it in, but I wanted to have Bro like turn on the slushy machine, but like not get a cup or anything.
Honestly, the only reason I didn't get a
slushy
slushie,
everywhere.
the only reason I didn't get a slushie is because, well, the place looks abandoned. The slushie's probably expired, and I don't think Loccan wants expired slushie.
That did
I
not
couldn't
stop
afford
Barrow.
it, but if you want to retroactively do that, you can.
I mean,
wouldn't have been in character for Perrin, to my eternal shame.
It was literally
I'm
just
gonna
so
go
I
ahead
could
and
read off
take-
the names of the
I mean-
flavors.
Do it
we're
now.
just gonna stick around here for the sake of.
Tell us the flavors.
If we're gonna stick around here for the sake of letting Frank get rest, then yeah, Loccan's probably gonna just grab a quick like slushy.
Okay.
Like, from
You
downstairs.
better get yours
like,
before Bro gets
An
to them.
8-hour slush.
yeah, might as well.
Your flavors of choice are, quote, white cherry, blueberry crunch, Waco, and bib
Crunch?
labeled lithiated lemon lime soda.
Yes, crunch.
Crunch.
Lithium
I'm getting
maple-
white cherry.
Lithium labeled lemon lime soda.
I haven't seen a flavor. I haven't seen a slushy machine that actually sells white cherry in like 7 years. And it's my favorite flavor.
Oh,
I haven't seen
it's
a
the
slushy
best
machine that sells
flavor.
white cherry.
It's just cherry, but like.
What kind of wacko
What?
flavors you got over the pond?
It's like kind of sweet of like other cherry flavors.
Yeah.
It's like, have you had Bang cherries?
Have you had what?
Maybe.
Bang cherries. They remind me
no.
of Bang cherries.
There you go. There's your flavors.
Yeah.
White cherry, blueberry crunch, wacko, labeled at the end of the line.
Yeah, no. Loccan is absolutely getting bib label lithiated lemon lime.
Changed my nickname.
You know, the booze!
Oh, it fits!
What spell does the bib label lithiated lemon lime soda Slurpee allow Loccan to cast?
Acid splash.
Oh my god.
Tag your flavor.
Tag your flavor.
Tag your flavor.
You can get all
Yes.
these sleep-deprived shenanigans.
God. Mix them all and you can start to see forbidden
Oh,
colors.
Jesus.
The forbidden slushy.
Do not mix those things together.
Please. I'm not saying I'll have to, but it'd be really fucking funny if one of y'all did.
If it were me, I probably would end up mixing all of those just to see.
That's the kind of thing you only do once, like making coffee with triple vacuum distilled beans, roast in like fucking Monster Energy with a 5-hour energy added in.
Ugh.
Yep.
Oh, that hurt. My heart's racing.
Yeah, see,
You don't do it
that
again, 'cause you'll
sounds
actually
terrifying.
die if you do.
I mean, what's up, guys? I'm gonna speed run my way to cardiac arrest.
We speed running life.
Snort caffeine powder, it's quicker.
Ugh.
Or just be like me in high school and snort Fun Dip.
Oh my god, I
Why
have a
would
friend
you
who
do
snorted
that?
peanuts.
Don't
Sing
do
your
that.
story. And I raised you one of my classmates that snorted Dorito dust.
Oh, bruh.
Peanuts
High
are
schoolers
so-
do dumb things.
I
Yeah,
know
I
high school
I had
people,
some
like,
weird classmates,
I'm
alright?
in the equivalent of a high school right now. I know that we do some things. Like shoutouts. I had a presentation 2 years ago. I was the only one who did the presentation, and one of my fellow presenters didn't show up, and the other one showed up high on morphine.
Oh my
And I had to go to
god!
the nurse's office.
God!
God.
Holy
Presentation,
shit!
but
Wow!
Fuck.
Wow!
I wasn't expecting morphine. That took me out.
Yeah, I was like, that was just a curveball. Like, whoa.
God
this
damn.
is, it should be noted this is the same kid who the year after sat on a table and then got hit in the nuts with football and had to actually go to hospital because of it.
Oh my god!
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
no.
my god! I just saw your name, RJ. Oh my god.
Lithium
Whole
lemon
thing
lime
doesn't have a
soda.
character in
Yeah.
it.
It's yeah.
Incredible. Incredible. Alright. Okay. Alright, we back?
I'm good.
Okay.
No.
I refilled my water. Hydrate or dihydrate, all of you.
I've
Alright.
been sipping at my Coke the entire time.
Okay. So, we back. Where'd we leave off?
We left off with
everyone's
everybody
kind of-
groaning in
Oh yeah.
agony.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, y'all can absolutely take a long rest. I will warn you, Barrow will try to leave if he notices everyone asleep. So,
Bold of him to assume Perrin sleeps.
okay. Alright. That's fair.
Or just put it to the wall next to the door to keep Barrow from leaving.
See, if we didn't have those, I would have had Loccan cast alarm on the door with a ritual casting. But it looks like you guys have it handled.
Alright. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Excuse me. Sorry. Well, y'all are having a big ol' rest. Is there anything y'all talk about or anything like that during this time?
Bros are about a few words and few thoughts as well, so.
Few words and few thoughts.
Loccan is, like, just kind of laying down where he's at. He's like, so how long ago did you and your sister get separated? I don't know if that's prying too deep or anything, but I mean, you're certainly putting a lot of effort into looking for her to begin with.
Let me just... Nope, that's not it. Barrow, yeah, okay. Barrow, kind of shifts on the couch after a minute and gives Loccan a look and then just thinks a moment, sighs, and just says, it was about, this is DM remembering, hang on.
Valid.
I mean, we were separated about 8 years ago. I was 9, and I haven't talked to her since, well, she disappeared.
I don't trust this guy. I'm inside checking that.
You can absolutely. That, okay, me roll. What's his? He does not have. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so, part of it is true. They were in fact separated about 8 years ago. But the last time he spoke with her is not true.
He gets a look thrown this way that emphasizes just how much Perrin knows that last bit was bullshit.
Perrin gets a look right back, like, are you gonna call me on it?
I'd roll hammer space for this. Fantastic. All right, Perrin pulls out a notepad and a pen and immediately writes the word, what's the equivalent of bullshit in Toonkind swears?
I mean,
bird peck in caps and holds it up.
He tilts his head at that, like, what?
Loccan just raises an eyebrow. He knows exactly what's going on here. It's just like slowly increasing up, like in height, just the one eyebrow, and it's just like, You sure about that?
An attempt to answer.
We were separated 8 years ago. That much is true. Okay?
Alright. Loccan just, like, shrugs a bit and it's like, you obviously know what she's kind of been up to, because, you know, she's, like, got her whole shtick of giant robots and stuff and all that, so you kind of know what she's been up to, but...
He kind of laughs a little at that. Just it's hard to not know her whole thing when it almost razed half of a country to the ground.
Ah. Loccan gives a glance at Perrin and remembers, like, Perrin had no, like, idea who Sid was earlier. And it's like, I have a feeling that wasn't an NyQuil.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
I guess that begs the question, why do you think she would be here?
Now I have to roll again. That's not the right thing. That's the right thing. If you want to roll insight on this?
Yes.
Holy crap, okay.
No,
I'm also going to...
You cannot lie.
Okay.
Well, at least Perrin's got Loccan on back.
He actually kind of sounds a little unsure when he says this. Almost like he's trying to convince himself of this, but he says, he says, this is the only place that I can think of that she would have gone to, and the others after her are pretty confident, and I need to find her before they do.
Perrin takes a moment to write on the notepad before holding it up, and it just reads, "Who's after her?"
He scowls at this. He finally sits up on the couch and scowls and says, well, you'd probably call them heroes, since, you know, they stopped her and everything. But they were friends. Another pair of, he thinks of real kind, like me. They're pretty confident she's here, and they want to stop her for good, and I don't want that.
Loccan's not saying anything immediately in response. Because on the one hand, yeah, we did kind of save this guy from the police and all that stuff, and we like kind of came up with the idea to help him. But at the same time, it's fairly obvious that he is a card-carrying villain all the way through, and so is his sister. So it's like, we're kind of just stuck in the middle of this now because we've done this, aren't we?
Runners to the left, jokers to the right. Here we are.
It's just like Toons to get themselves in the middle of situations that they ain't normally supposed to be in. And he's muttering this out loud. This is in character.
Barrow actually just kind of nods like, yeah, didn't, you kind of threw me now that I didn't expect to kind of be here. Kind of expected to be plotting a prison break at this point, honestly. But I can't say
that break is just coughing. He's like, oh, prison break. What?
Barrow gives him a look like, I expected you all to turn me over to the police and be in jail.
Oh. Yeah.
What are you getting at?
Oh, you know.
No, we don't, and Perrin's narrowing his eyes at you.
Yeah, so is Barrow.
I mean, us the players know.
Yeah, us the players know.
You know what? I'm gonna roll deception on that one.
Insight, here we go.
Because I like coughed because I caught prison break, and then I was like, oh no, Frank would immediately be like, excuse me.
Roll that inside.
Frank, roll badly, I'm begging.
He has disadvantage.
Well, I mean, I do have disadvantage.
You do have disadvantage.
Right. The long rest has.
I thought we were doing long rest.
We're still in
even
like
even if
it's not disadvantage, that's
you
still a
literally
1.
can't get any worse than that. That's a nat 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, even if we had finished the long rest by this point, you'd still have disadvantage because you've got 4 instead of 3 points of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Which would be reduced to 3, so you still have disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
yeah, no.
it's gonna be.
You literally can't do worse than a natural 1, my dude.
I know, but it was funny.
So everyone's kind of staring at you, Frank.
Except Loccan.
Oh,
No,
Loccan's
Loccan
not-
gets it. I say Loccan gets it.
Okay.
Whoops. Whoa.
Okay, for context, Frank rolled a 9 with a nat 1 for deception, and Loccan rolled a 7 for insight, but we're still giving it to him.
Yes.
And that 1 trumps the lower number.
Yes.
Yeah,
Rule of funny, baby.
real funny.
Frank sus.
Frank very sus.
I don't know if I should roll for bro or not. I think he's just kind of sitting there.
Do it. See if he joins in. Might as well.
Do it. With insight.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, it's a positive modifier.
Frank is feeling very attacked right now.
Yep. Even bro is sus of you, Frank.
Not particularly so. You probably just noticed prison's like, wait, hold on.
See, what it is like the whole prison break thing mentioned, and then everybody just turns their head to look at Frank. It's like, wait, what?
Frank managed to make himself sus because he's so out of it that he just started at the word. Like, wait, shit, what? Oh no. Oh, pain. So everybody's just staring at Frank, and Frank's just like, what? I'm not hiding anything. Like the most suspicious person ever.
I'm not planning anything, no.
No. Mm-mm. Not at all.
Barrow is just staring at him like, what? Really? You're a terrible liar.
You know, I've heard that before.
Frank gets a kind of expression and a kind of wavy, kinda yeah hand from Perrin.
I mean, so Frank's just gonna stare back at y'all. So if y'all want to know something, ask Frank. But he's just gonna kind of say nothing because it's obvious his lies aren't gonna go well.
That is, Barrow's
Fuck,
having
dude,
the internal,
fair
like,
enough.
that's the smartest thing he could have done, honestly.
Loccan's just kind of glancing between Barrow and Frank, and Barrow and Frank. And it's like he's trying to connect the dots. He really is. And like he got so low on the insight. I at least want to give him rule of funny of like it takes him a hot minute to realize, oh, both of these guys want the same thing. Probably for different reasons, but you know.
Freeze frame record scratch. I bet you're wondering how I got here.
Yeah, pretty much.
See, what's funny is, as a sheriff, Loccan knows. Well, okay, he knows a bit about prisons, but only about old Western prisons, which they're not as secure as maximum security prisons, because he doesn't know what kind of prison they use here.
Yeah. That's fair.
Loccan has knowledge in exactly one area, and it is it is not coming into play here.
That is okay. It is okay.
I mean, at least you have knowledge.
That you guys have knowledge.
But, oh my god.
If you had knowledge, you probably forgot it.
Barrow just gives Frank another glare and then just sighs and thunks back against the couch like, okay, fine. Keep your secrets. That's totally fine. What's the plan now, then, I guess? He throws his hands in the air, like, just,
Loccan's, like, quietly muttering to himself that this is what they get for working with a real kind. Like, under his breath, it's like...
Do you want Barrow to roll perception to hear that?
He's still tired. I'd say check perception.
Okay. That's a 17.
Yeah, it's probably enough for him to be like, to hear like the general gist of like, of course real kind aren't gonna get this sort of mess. Okay.
I could say the same about Toons being unpredictable. Is just his, like, deadpan delivery of just...
I mean, that's what we do.
I'm realizing that. I thought I was prepared when I came to Inkwell. Turns out, no. No.
That actually does get a laugh from Perrin.
Everybody just kind of agrees with him.
Look at this dude. Fucking thought he was prepared. Nah.
Bitch, you thought.
Welcome to Inkwell.
He actually kind of turns red in embarrassment, just like, listen. He doesn't follow that up with anything, just listen.
Oh, goodness.
He is very much looking all of his 17 years of age right now.
Perrin probably by this point finishes writing out the message on the notepad and just tears the page off, bolts it up, and throws it at Barrow's head.
Alright. It just kind of donks off his head because he's just, what? And he unfolds it to read it.
I hope I'm interpreting my notes correctly, but it says, Ollie has had dealings with you before and potentially your sister, so I could pass a message down the grapevine and see what it picks up.
That gets his attention. And he kind of squints down at it, and then he goes, what is that? What is this?
Roll an everspace again. Okay, cool. He reaches in, he pulls off his hat, sticks a hand in, pulls out an ID card for an Ollie agent that has his face and his name on it. And he just holds it up.
He reads just, huh. And now I have to roll history for him.
Oh boy.
Cause let's see if Barrow knows that. Yeah, Barrow knows. He kind of squints at it, and then looks at Perrin, and then kind of does a double take, and he just goes, "Are you kidding me?"
The expression on Perrin's face is very much, God, I wish I was. I will say, with the 25 that you just rolled, you probably have heard of Perrin specifically.
Oh my god, okay.
Because he is, like, the best agent they have. And you now realize Agent P. Agent Perrin. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I like to think that the moment he realizes this, the background singers just go, Perrin!
Yeah, they do.
Yes! Right, like, when did I install those?
Yes! For fuck's sake, why are they here?
Barrow is just like, oh my gods. Oh, what? And he starts laughing like, this is incredible. I can't believe it. I can't actually, Agent P just saved me from the police.
Loccan's like glancing around like, I don't think anybody cast hideous laughter.
I mean, to be fair, Perrin's chuckling a little bit too.
Oh my god. He just... I am... Why? Does he just... Why?
He's having a bit of a mental breakdown.
He is. Roll insight. Oh boy.
Roll insight.
Please type the right thing. Boop. 14.
Okay. Perrin doesn't immediately respond to your question of why.
Mm-hmm.
And as Barrow like looks up to try and get a response, Perrin is tired, but not in a regular tired sense. This is the same kind of exhaustion you'd get being hounded up and down the country, trying to run from something you can't quite escape from.
Oh.
And he just takes a moment, writes down a message, and throws it at you again. And this one reads, Ally's done some shady shit. I'm getting to the end of my rope dealing with it now.
And he kind of reads that, and then crumples it up in his hand and burns it.
Appreciated.
He knows what's up. And just goes, uh-huh. Okay. And his posture relaxes a little. And he's thinking now.
Loccan's just kind of glancing between the high-ranking government agent who may or may not like his agency anymore, the relative to a supervillain who is doing his own supervillain things.
Yep.
The exhausted god who also is interested in jailbreaks. And then the random little robot, and he's just like,
he's just here.
And Loccan's just like, oh boy, this is a lot bigger than the cases I gotta usually do back home.
You get an apologetic shrug from Perrin.
I mean, I'm used to just like bandits that you gotta throw a lasso, and he's tired too. He's just kind of rambling at this point. Aww. You just gotta throw the lasso, you get them around them, you get them off the horse, and take them to the jail, and figure out what the heck they're doing, and deal with them that way. This is just, I see the lines here, I see the lines here, they're twisting and tying up together, there's connections, and
oh, Loccan.
Like, you get the feeling that if he wasn't laying on the floor and flailing his arms in midair, he would be building a Pepe Silva board. He needs the long rest.
You're so valid. God. Barrow, when Loccan's doing his whole rant, Barrow is chuckling a little, just I dealt with that in the mountains. Oh man, that was and
that was
he and then upon mentioning that, he winces, and actually his suit of armor kind of molds away from him into plainclothes. He's an artificer, so this is his he has power armor.
Oh, dope.
Oh my gosh.
So that's a feature. So it molds away from him finally, and he winces and rubs at a spot under a very tattered looking shirt where you can very clearly see a bolt, like a scar from where he got obviously shot. And he's just like wincing and now like rubbing at like that spot because apparently that's where he got shot, was in the mountains.
He sure got shot.
Oh, you haven't seen his back yet. Don't.
Jazz is the only one here who gets to comment on that.
Yeah. This is me just doing minor villain flavor of he's comfortable now, he's relaxing a bit, like...
Yeah.
He's feeling...
I'm just laughing at the arrow scar.
Yes.
Also probably burn scars, considering.
Actually, yes. On his side, he has a couple of them, so yes.
Perrin just rubs it one of his shoulders in sympathetic.
Like, yep.
Been there, done that.
Yep. But Barrow just kind of leans forward and just goes, well, I'm out of commission until I can get my suit fixed properly and apparently build a new helmet, because, and he motions to his now lack of helmet, because apparently that was left over at the mill, so...
I'm willing to say at this
Sheepish,
point,
apologetic look from Perrin.
What'd you say?
I'm willing to say at this point that Loccan is just kind of like actually falling asleep.
Aww. That's absolutely valid.
Are there like any cupboards or cabinets or anything like tall that Perrin can get on top of in this room?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I mean, I didn't mean to talk over you. I mean, yeah. I was just thinking, like, there's cabinets full of, like, coffee mugs and stuff, but there's a lot of coffee mugs, like, too many coffee mugs at this point.
Mildly concerning.
That cabinet.
There's also a fridge.
Perrin will climb on top of one of those and post up there for the night.
Alright. Barrow, doesn't actually sleep. So, the night he starts kind of like messing with bits of his suit. But otherwise he doesn't really move from the couch. But he does not sleep. So, and that, anything else anyone does for the night?
I think we're good.
I'm gonna say Frank attempts to lean onto Barrow to sleep.
He is immediately shoved away. Like, just onto the floor, just splat.
Cool, he stays there. He stays there.
Incredible.
This god's sleepy.
He is a very sleepy god, and as sun starts to filter through the apartment, has Perrin fallen asleep at all?
Let me roll a D100, see how bad his nightmares are. Oh, 91, that's not good.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
He's dozed. Not much, but he's dozed a little bit.
Okay. Well, when he wakes up, Barrow is not in this room, but, you can hear, sounds in the next room that would indicate that he's still in the apartment, but he's not in this room.
Alrighty.
And, everyone else, it is now daylight.
Yep.
You have all had a long rest.
Heck yeah.
Frank, you have 3 points of exhaustion now, instead of 4.
At least it's a little better. It's an improvement.
Yeah.
It is an improvement. You've now got full health again.
Yeah, exactly! God.
Yeah, Loccan's just kind of sitting up doing doing his usual morning routine, just kind of shining out the metallic parts of his gun head.
Nice.
Our usual stuff.
Instead of shaving, he waxes. I'm sorry, I saw a joke.
You can hear the squeakiness.
Yes.
Whole new definition of squeaky clean.
Alright. Barrow eventually, like, moseys back in. He's limping a bit more than he was yesterday, but otherwise he's just like, yeah, alright. Okay, so I know what I want to do. The question here is, are you going to let me? And he gives a very pointed look to both Loccan and Perrin.
He gets a go-on motion from Perrin.
Loccan's kind of glancing between the two, and it's like, I mean, depends like exactly the what you're gonna do. I had a plan to get Sid out of hiding, but, well, obviously, and he just kind of makes an angry, frustrated gesture at the windows, like, nah. Loccan's just kind of like rolling his hand, like, yeah, we got that part.
Listen, he's gotta go through it, and but he says
monologue time.
Yeah, but he basically just says, I need a spectacle to get her attention, something that will get her to go to that place, and
What place?
Any place. And he kind of like he's pacing around frustrated, like, I had the notes over in the lab, and the lab's probably being ransacked right now, so it's
we already did that.
Oh.
Do what?
Does everybody pull the notes out of their hammer space?
I specifically have the journal in my hammer space, so
oh my God.
Perrin picks up his hat, opens it, pulls out the journal, and throws it at Barrow.
Barrow just kind of like
pulling papers bigger than him out of his fur.
Barrow is staring at all of you, just like flabbergasted and mortified, and like I
feeling a lot of emotions right now.
Did you just
Evidence.
take everything?
Yep.
This is another kinda sorta handshake.
He puts both hands on his head, like, I can't believe this.
Visibly.
Barrow just has like both hands on his head, like, I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. He snatches the journal and starts flipping through it like furiously. And
for flavor, there's a post-it note attached to the front that Perrin had written that just says "Evidence, bitch."
Barrow rips that off and burns that note. Like, no, this is mine.
Loccan's like getting his own little giggle. It's like, in the long run, this is technically a good thing.
But he kind of is like, he's flipping through, trying to find it, and he's eventually like pointing to a just kind of like a bit of desert, like it's the Warren Desert, but he's pointing to a bit of like a desert area, like pretty north of of Wardsburg, in this like very badly, it's a very poor scribble of Inkwell, but it gets the point across. It's
it's definitely got Loccan's attention.
But he basically just says, I mean, it was gonna be here because there's not a lot there, but, and anyone there, like, less chance of, well, outsiders getting involved in this, and easier for me to find her if she's disguised, which is very possible.
Yeah.
Loccan's got a hand on his, like, the end of his gun barrel / chin.
So
Worst case scenario, maybe I could, explain the case to my hometown, and if you really want to go back up there and try it again, where there's be less casualties, perhaps I could help you set something up there, because that's where I'm from.
Barrow is very, intent, really?
Yeah, no, if you'd done it up there, I would have intervened anyway.
He just kind of has of course that's, you know what? He kind of has this, right, toon logic. Yeah, okay. Of course it would have happened. And he just...
Loccan, grabs his, jacket and holds up the badge. It's like, I'm the sheriff of that town. Alright, that's where I'm working. Perrin over here, he's international and stuff. I work in New Shrubwick, and that's where my jurisdiction lies. And if I have to, because I've got the law of the land over there, maybe we can do a little workaround for you, so you might be able to pull it off without actually getting in trouble like you would here. Just a thought.
Barrow is staring at you like your head is suddenly a real kind head. He is having just the biggest what? And eventually he thinks about it. And he starts thinking if he were a toon, you would see the gears turning. And he just kind of goes, that could work. That might work. I would need more material. I would need a lot of material, but that could work. That could. And he's just he just keeps going, that could work. That could definitely work. That, he's starting to get excited, a little bit excited.
Aww.
And trying. Hang on, should I roll a? Loccan wants to lean over to Perrin and whisper really, really quietly. And if worst comes to worst, we can just arrest them both. That way they're at least together.
I'm gonna have Frank roll a perception check real quick.
On what Loccan's saying?
Yep.
Okay, go for it.
What happened?
Frank wants to listen to what Loccan is whispering, and Loccan is whispering, if worst comes to worst, we can arrest both of them once, they're back together.
Perrin would also be listening into that.
Well, he's telling
yeah. Perrin is the one being
the last thing I heard was repeating himself over and over again that could work.
Oh, okay.
Because this could roughly dynamite.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, shoot, sorry. Yeah, now Loccan is leaning towards Perrin so that B.R.O can't hear. But, now Frank is hearing.
I don't know. Would a 13 be good enough to hear him?
I feel like it wouldn't be enough to get the message clearly, but it would be enough to be you pick out sort of words together and arrest. See, there's kind of the gist, but it's not fully clear.
Okay.
Cool. Is it okay if I do something real quick?
I mean, you can go for it.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Cool. It's not anything mechanical. It's a flavor thing. So Frank can piece together a little bit from that, and he's tired. He's wobbly. He's not walking well. He looks terrible. But still, this foot-tall mouse goes up to you, Loccan, and goes, "If you dare do anything to hurt them, you will have me to answer to. You got that?"
Loccan's just kind of... Loccan's...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll insight.
Everyone's rolling insight on that. That's not where you roll
Loccan.
that. This is where you roll that.
Like, Frank looks almost desperate.
Barrow's gotten out. He's just like, what is happening?
Oh my god. Okay, well, neither of you get it.
Nope.
Is Frank rolling insight too?
Frank is the one asking.
Oh no, I asked Frank to roll insight on Perrin.
Oh!
Sorry, I didn't hear that part. Let me do that real quick.
Because Frank said someone specific.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Now
my
with
Frank.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Nope.
You're good.
Nope.
Part of me
You're
really
fine.
wants him to have surpassed, like, to have beaten it because I want to know, but, like, also, this is so funny.
This tiny ass little, like, terrible looking mouse is
Like
trying to...
Loccan didn't quite get the clue, and he's kind of like got his hands up, like, I just said, I never implied that any like pain or harm was gonna come to either.
I don't care. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
We're not like the rest of
Good.
our life.
Barrow is just very confused, like, why does this small mouse care?
Perrin's face, by the way, has shut down. It is unreadable to any of you, because you all rolled 9s.
Incredible.
Yep.
9, 9, 9.
9, 9, 9.
God.
Yeah, Perrin just pointedly signs, we're not like the rest of ILI.
And I'm remember, I'm an independent guy.
If I barely trust you two. Okay? So don't get in the way and everything will be fine.
That makes 2 of us, but...
Like, Frank's not okay with the implications there.
Barrow is just kind of like, why does this small mouse care? It's fine. Whatever.
More pointed signing, and Perrin just goes, I don't break up families.
I wasn't planning on that either.
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
It's like, I can understand if you don't agree with it. Evidently there's, some thoughts flowing around in that little head of yours. But we are... Loccan is having trouble figuring out his words.
It's fine.
I'm sorry to make Frank be so aggro, but...
No, this is related to Frank's own plight. I completely understand.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Loccan is in the extremely unenviable position of trying to make all parties happy, and this is just impossible, yet he still thinks there's a way to work it in.
I love you so much, Loccan.
Loccan's doing his best.
He is.
Loccan's just doing his best.
He's too kind of a soul.
Frank's just out here trampling on old Perrin's buttons accidentally.
Frank's still kind of wobbling, by the way. He's trying to be intimidating, but he doesn't look great.
Oh my god.
Loccan takes a breath, and he's like, You want a pinky promise? I can pinky promise that no harm will come to either of them.
What?
I'm okay with that.
There is a look of, oh damn, alright then, on Perrin's face.
Loccan is taking this seriously.
But if you mess this up, I want you to know that I'm going to come raining down upon you. And you may be a cop, but you're not a god. Got that?
clear.
Great. Frank holds out his hand.
And so does Loccan.
Great, cool.
And the pinky promise has been made. Barrow is so confused.
Congratulations, Loccan. You've just made a vow to a god.
Yeah!
Yeah, congrats, Loccan.
I was about to make a warlock joke, but I realized Loccan's already a warlock.
He is a warlock!
He is!
How's your patron feeling about that?
I mean, to be fair, he already got his head turned into a gun once. I don't think you can do that twice.
Suddenly, gun hands.
I was gonna say turn into a shotgun.
Fucking gun hands, Edward Scissorhands' brother.
By the end of this, Loccan is just gonna be a singular gun.
That's got like arms and feet on the handle.
Oh, gosh.
Oh my god.
By the way, Barrow gets another piece of paper thrown at his face. This one reads, "It's a Toon thing, don't worry about it."
He just...
Like, Frank, go ahead.
No, that he's just... okay.
I think we go to DM again.
It looks so goofy, but it's a very serious moment.
Happening for like the Toons paying attention. It's like the fucking unbreakable vow scene from like Harry Potter 7 or whatever the hell. Barrow making a pinky promise.
This is incredible. Barrow is just... You know what? As long as you hold up your end to help me, sure.
He made a pinky promise. Fine.
Toon thing. Got it. Yep. Alright.
And Loccan, satisfied that, you know, he can hold this up. He can do this. He's gonna like stretch a bit, and he's like, okay, so we've got that sorted out. I'll make a trip back home and see if we can work things out there. I don't know how much time we need to prepare for this sort of thing.
Faster the better. The other two are already actively looking, so sooner we can beat them to this, the better.
Loccan is the one to get a piece of paper thrown at his head this time, and it says, "New screw brick have a forge."
Forge? Well, it is an old mining town, so there's probably some way to, like, you know, smelt some stuff, yeah? We're probably a bit rudimentary, but, you know.
I can work with rudimentary.
Yeah, you should be fine.
Bobbin? Wrong character.
What?
Perrin.
I was like, wait a second.
How the hell did you get here?
The platypus is replaced by a tiny shadow. No. Perrin throws another piece of paper at Barrow.
Oh my god.
I can provide materials.
Okay. He looks again that flabbergasted, like, this is happening. Okay, yeah, oh, yeah. And he looks around, and then after a moment he goes, "Where's the tiny robot?"
Oh shit,
Wait,
where's
what?
the tiny robot?
Lockie just blinks a bit, like, glancing around, like, wait, what?
Hey, Jazz, where's the tiny robot?
He's not in the room with you guys, that's for sure.
Perrin is scrambling down from on top of the fridge. Up on the fridge this entire time.
Fantastic! Oh my god!
Oh,
Eating
brother.
paper.
From atop the fridge! I love it! I'm so glad!
That's where he went to sleep, but he never came back down.
Barrow follows down the stairs, like...
Yep. There's there's a huge fucking funnel of a whole bunch of, like, slushy flavors half melted. It's all sticky. It's fucking everywhere.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait.
You mix all of them together.
Barrow does not slip and fall.
Basically, he just turned all the knobs on, no cups, and just let it run. And like,
Nice.
Perrin has climbed onto Barrow's shoulder.
he's just like on the counter next to it, trying to figure out what the shit is that's pouring out. He has no idea.
Loccan is just staring at it like, this is such a waste of perfectly good slushy.
Bro doesn't
should
know
be
what
noted
slushies are, so he's trying to figure it out.
These slushy machines do not seem to be losing their slushy. Like,
God.
Oh god.
And they
They're
just keep pouring out until someone is able to go over and turn it off. Or
No,
convince
it's just
Bro to do it.
it's secretly a decanter of infinite slushy.
it is!
I have.
It's Fantasy 7-Eleven. They just keep going.
Barrow just kind of like slides his way over and slowly turns all of them off, except the white cherry, which he fills another cup and then shuts it off.
As he does that, I want to say that Bro is like looking very closely at the cup as Barrow fills it.
Aww.
He just kind of... You use cups to fill them. He's unsure if this is registering, but he figures he might as well say it anyway.
You okay there?
It's my turn to break it.
Oh my god. I'm okay.
Perrin pulls a chipped mug out of his hat and just sticks it under the what was the flavor again?
Bib label lithiated lemon lime soda.
That's the bitch under that and grabs a mug and just chugs it.
It's 7-Up. Congratulations.
7-Up's good. I'll die on this hill.
Yeah. No,
You know what?
It's 7-Up.
Loccan is gonna walk up and he's like, yeah, I want some too. And he's just gonna hold out an iron pot.
Bro is watching all of
at
you
least.
very intently from the countertop as you all fill up with slushy.
Look, I'm using Clarkson for good use. Anyone remember him?
What do you get? Which drink do you get?
No, the lemon lime.
Yeah, all right.
If you remember, you know Rob's like crouching animation where he just like bends over. That's how he's looking at all of you.
Oh my god.
Perrin just holds up his mug like, cheers, bro, I'll drink to that.
Barrow kind of like nods and gives his Slurpee a fucking like wag, like, yeah, all right, we've got a plan, let's do this.
Loccan has no idea what he's done.
Suddenly occurs to Perrin that we're stood in the middle of a convenience store in front of what is probably a wall covered in windows in the middle of the goddamn day.
That's fine.
It's fine. Like, people are walking by, they don't look in.
You're sitting there looking.
Shoes are probably sticky now because you are still waiting in slushy.
Yep.
We are.
Well, you guys are. Perrin's on Barrow's shoulder.
Perrin is on Barrow's shoulders, and surprisingly, he hasn't thrown Perrin off. But probably because he wonders if he even could.
No.
Oh god.
But I think that might be where we call it.
Yeah, I don't think there's anywhere else we could take this besides, next session. This was supposed to be a one-shot.
It was, and whoops, here we go.
So,
Oops, I did it again.
You should probably hold a funeral for the original plotline.
Yep, but it's fine. This is great.
let me check something real quick.
Yes. What's up, Ollie?
Oh, I'm confirming something.
Oh.
On sidelines.
Oh man.
God. Me to myself.
I
Man.
love this group so much.
Man, who would have known I had a plot? Oh my god.
Yeah.
No plot survives first contact with the party.
Alright. Well, I think... Oh my god.
I love you guys
That was great.
so much.
Frank's gonna kind of like that. I think it leaves Barrow on the leg and tries to get everybody's attention. And he's like, "You can stock up on stuff. I don't care. Just don't wreck the place. When you leave, you're not gonna be able to come back. Bye." And just gonna leave. Like he's just gone. Like
He's there a second and gone the next. Like
there's a poof of smoke, and it's this like bluish smoke that just kind of leaves behind like a trail. And that's it. He's gone.
Barrow just kind of. Alright then.
There's a ... above Perrin's head before he just shrugs.
Yeah, exactly. Barrow's like.
Loccan's just
Yeah, right.
Loccan's glancing around on the floor. I think we already failed.
Yeah.
Instructions unclear. There's slushy
everywhere.
Barrow's only response is to grab a bag of chips and just, well, I'm in Inkwell. And he just pops it open and starts eating.
That's the right idea.
You get a cheers, bro. I'll drink to that from Perrin.
Yep.
You're adjusting well, I see.
And that is where we call it. Everybody say so goodbye much. For the recording.
Bye.
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 What even